today is going to be the vegetable time. We're going to take a break from our broiler management show today, and in my previous videos I have already demonstrated how our vegetable farm looks like, and I have told you that on this particular farm we plant in sack, and I have already demonstrated the nursery management, how to handle nurseries, and how to make sure that your nursery practices is good, and if you have any plants in the nursery, how to make sure that you get successful outcome from it. So today we are going into transplanting of our tomato seedlings. They are matured and it's time for transplanting. And I'm going to narrate three different steps for you to have a successful transplanting practice anytime you are doing your transplanting on the farm. And number one of it is that try to watch the weather. If you are not living, if your farm is not in a temperate region, then if you are in a place like me, because it's always sunny in the morning and coming down in the evening, then the next thing you have to do is watch your transplanting time. Let it be during the coolest time of the evening. If you check very well, the sun is setting already. The sun is setting. If I check my time, we should be around close to 5, about maybe like 5 or 10 minutes to 5, which means that in the next 10 to 15 minutes, when we're going to start our transplanting, then the sun will have come down. Why? If you do it in the morning when you are so sure that sun is going to come up, it is possible that out of your transplanting exercise you might get maybe 50% or 40%, sometimes even 30% success out of it. But if you do it in the coolest of the evening and you handle it very well, you'll be able to get at least 95% success from your transplanting exercise. That is number one. Now, number two, how do you handle your seedlings out of your nursery? In this particular farm, as we plant inside sack, our nursery is also inside sack. So when you want to uproot your nursery, you have to know how to handle your seedlings. You have to know how to handle your seedlings. There are some seedlings that if you transplant them, there is low probability that they are going to survive, and there are others that you know that when you transplant them, they are also going to survive very well. And let me demonstrate that. I will give you two different examples of that particular plant, one that will survive very well and the other one that will not survive. Number one, I will try to avoid some small seedlings that have not completely grown up. Why am I saying this? You look at this particular plant is small and the stem is not that strong. Am I saying it's not going to survive when you transplant it? Yes, it could, but it have at least 50-50. So if the sun should, maybe the following day, after the sun comes out, if the sun eats this particular plant, it's possible that it's going to die, because there is not enough stem for it to survive, even though you have done everything that you need to do very well. So I will try to avoid this type of plant. I will just leave them in the nursery for them to grow up well, for them to grow a very good stem, for them to survive. And what are the type of plant that will try to block, the type of plant that will try to uproot from my nursery to transplant? This is the type. As you can see, this is the type of tomato seedlings that I'm going to uproot. You see the difference between the two? See, number one, this is going to survive very well. This is going to survive very well. If I do everything I need to do right, if my transplanting exercise, because I'm going to number 3 now, which is also one of the most important practices you need to do very well for your transplanting exercise to be successful. But we're still on number 2. Now, can you see, even from your eyes, you can tell that this one have a very good chance, high chance of surviving. These two will survive. These two might probably survive and might not survive. So that is what you need to know. Check for those ones that have good leaf spread and good stem, so that they can survive very well. Because maybe you like it or not, there is going to be sun in the following day. If you are living in a kind of place that I'm living, if your farm is in a kind of place that my farm is located, so you might be forced to retransplant this kind of plant. And if you don't have enough seedlings in your nursery, automatically you are going to don't watch it very well when you are doing a transplanting exercise. So I am not going to transplant this kind of plant. I'm going to leave them in the nursery for retransplanting, because maybe you like it or not, you can't have 100% transplanting exercise. Some of them will survive, some of them will not survive. So I will leave this one for the later transplanting exercise. By then, they will have grown and they will have gotten enough of strong stem for them to survive like these two. So that is number 2. Now, number 3 exercise that you need to handle very well for you to have a good, successful transplanting exercise is lay a good foundation for your plants, for your seedlings to succeed, to be able to live well and survive in their new found environment, which is the new bag we are going to transplant them into. Make sure that the bag is wet, the soil is wet, so that by the time it is cool, by the time the day is sunset and they started to breathe and it begins to live, because normally during the day when the intensity of the sun is high, the plant will try to close their stomata for them to reduce the intensity of the sun that is coming in. So when the sun sets and everything cool, they will open up again for them to be able to breathe and survive. So you have to make sure that you prepare a good environment for them in the new place you are transplanting them into. What am I going to do? As we are going to start the transplanting exercise, we are going to wet the soil very well. Make sure the soil is wet before we do the transplanting, so that in the night they will be able to spread their roots within the soil and be able to stand very well. So by the time we come tomorrow morning, we will see them doing very well. So they will be able to withstand the intensity of the sun tomorrow when the sun comes up. And by the time we check during the evening tomorrow, and we will see that they survived. Once they survive that intensity, that is a successful transplanting exercise. For those ones that will die, we will wait for later transplanting exercise. So let's go into the transplanting exercise proper. Thank you very much. You are welcome back. We are about to start our transplanting exercise per se now. What I said before we are going to start our transplanting exercise concerning the type of seedlings that you were supposed to operate from your nursery. If you can see now, this is it. You see the type of plants that are uprooted, the ones that I'm going to transplant now. And these soils have already been wet. We have already wet them. Make sure that they are succulent, they are soft, and when the plants enter, when the seedlings enter into the soil, they'll be able to survive. By tomorrow morning, we'll be able to see them flexing and enjoying themselves. And the reason why we have done it manually is because we don't have drip line installed yet on our farm. We're supposed to have installed them, but because of one reason or the other, we have not. They are still inside the farm out there. But maybe this week or next week, we are going to install them, and we're going to do video on that one too, for you to know how to install your drip line. But pending the time, we cannot wait until we finish our drip line installation. That is why we are going to continue with our transplanting exercise. Like I said, if you have drip line installed, you might not need to worry. Just open your water from your main source and let the water run. Let the drip line begins to welt the soil as you are doing your transplanting. But since we don't have drip line installed, we have already done the manual softening of the soil in order to accommodate our seedlings that we're going to introduce into their new environment. And if you are joining us, for the first time, this is Balogun Matthew. I'm a broiler farmer and I'm also a vegetable farmer. And this is G Wireless Experience channel, and this show is Lives on Farm show. On this particular show, we demonstrate broiler management from their life cycle to their feeding to their medication to their litters management to off-taking and every other thing that has to do with pure broiler management. And also our vegetable section, we also demonstrate how to handle nurseries, how to do a successful vegetable planting. We deal with tomato and pepper on this particular farm. Let's continue with our transplanting exercise. You can see what I'm using. You can use anything that can drill hole inside your sandbag. I'm using chisel because it's easy for me. Chisel can easily drill a little bit wider hole so it will install my seedlings into the soil. It's not compulsory to use chisel. You can use any. In fact, you can use a stick once it can drill enough wider hole to accommodate your plant. Then you can cover it with soil, and make sure the soil cover from the ground, not from the top alone. Make sure it's covered from the bottom where the roots of the plant of your seedling is. I hope you understand that. So I'm using chisel to drill hole into the sandbag in order to make sure I can plant my seedlings inside the bag. So this is the point where we are going to be ending the show today. I hope you have learned one or two things, and now you can carry out your uprooting from your nursery, and you can do your transplanting. Don't forget to follow us, like our video, comment, and subscribe to this channel so that you will be the first among many that will have access to any of our video whenever they are released. This is G Wireless channel. I am Balogun Matthew. Until I see you in our next video, enjoy.